Hey, 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 I'm back. How are you doing? Listen, we just had a big blooper, but we are back. That's what we are. We are here. We are still here. We are still here. Listen, if this is your first time watching, my name is Michelle Green, and I am the founder of Kingdom Builders Credit Repair. And we are a credit business. We are a credit repair company and we help you with credit and financial tips. And we have programs in place for you. That's right. So we are here to empower you to have financial dominion on purpose. That's right. So just a few minutes ago, we actually were live at 12:30, but we had a blooper. I apologize. And we are back. So we are here to finish off what we started. And we are here to talk about today the holiday scam artist. So we were just talking about how credit works. If this is your first time watching us, welcome. Come on in the room. We are powered by the CTR Media Network. We are here to help you to get your finances and your credit together, and you can watch us every week on Fridays, normally at 12:30. But today we are doing another replay because we had a bit of an interruption. I'm not really sure if everyone saw my face, but we were still going as much as we could until we realized that it was not happening. Okay. So it wasn't happening. So we are back. We are now back, and we just want to start from where we came from, where we began before. And where did we begin before? We began with the fact that we were talking about credit. We were talking about credit and finances, and the fact that when it comes to credit, credit is basically the ability for you to be able to go and borrow money from any lender or any financial institution and being able to get the money and send and pay it back over time. So you would pay it back with a financial institution, you would pay it back with a creditor or a lender, anybody, a bank or credit union that is going to lend you the money. They will give you the ability to be able to pay it back over time. And if you want a really good credit score, if you want a really good reputation, you have to secure your income to make sure that you never ever get into a situation where you are not able to pay back the debt that you borrow. So, whenever it relates to credit, I know that everybody goes through life and hard times hit, and there are times where we just don't have the ability to be able to bounce back all the time and pay the debts and the things that are on our credit. So what do? We fall into hard times. We come to Kingdom Builders Credit Repair. We get into a credit repair program here, and we get our credit back on track. So that is the goal of Kingdom Builders Credit Repair. We want to make sure that you come in and get your credit back on track, because we know that life happens. Sometimes it's divorce, sometimes it's having a baby, sometimes it's getting married, sometimes it is graduating from school, or sometimes it's death in our family. We have so many different problems or situations, scenarios that could occur, and we just want to make sure that you know that we are here to help you with your credit and your financial tips. So listen, we are going to get back on track with the conversation about the holiday scam artists, because there are so many of us out here that don't realize that the scam artists are high in demand. They are high in demand right now because it is holiday season. So what does it mean when we say holiday season? We're talking about a time where everyone is distracted. So it doesn't matter if you, the consumer, are distracted, or if the credit bureaus and the people that handle our finances, the creditors, the lenders, are distracted. But everyone is distracted. And what happens when everyone is distracted is we have people who want to steal our identity. They want to steal our credit. They want to get things in our name. They want us to pay for things. And unfortunately, it's just something that we are dealing with. It's unfortunately something that happens to everyone at some point in time throughout their life. So one of the things that we first started talking about was the fact that We want to secure our credit and our finances by making sure that we understand what kind of scam artist tricks are out there today. So, the first thing that we need to do is make sure that we are covering our emails, our text messages, and our phone calls with the understanding that this is the first way of communication for a scam artist to get us. Now, they get us with what? The package delays. Oh, they'll say that your package has been delayed because everybody's ordering a package today, right? We are ordering our gifts for Christmas. We are ordering different things for our events, our programs, different things that we got going on in our communities. We are excited about the things that are happening. However, we are distracted. And because of that distraction, we're not really keeping up with the people that gave us the tracking number for the package that is supposed to arrive. And if we aren't doing that, keep up, if we're not tracking that information, then the scam artists are looking at, oh, well, I'm going to track the information for them, and I will see when this arrives at their doorstep or when the package arrives at the business, wherever it's going, they are going to be right there to pick it up, and they will be right there to send you a message to get your information. In the case that you don't understand, they are sending you a fake message about the package being delayed. So I would advise you in the holiday season right now to go ahead and make sure that you know your tracking numbers, that you keep up with your packages so that they are not fooling you when they text you, when they email you, when they send you a phone call. And some of them are even as bold as getting on a virtual and not showing their faces, but showing somebody else's picture and trying to tell you about a package that doesn't even exist so that they can get your banking account information and your debit or credit card information. So please be aware. That's number one. The second thing that they do with the emails, the texts, and the phone calls is they tell you that you need to reset your password. Now, how many of us are guilty about not keeping up with our passwords? Hello, somebody. Listen, I'm guilty of not keeping up with all of my passwords as well. But the thing about it is, know your passwords. Don't be in a position to where they could send you a message saying that your password needs to be reset. And you know that you didn't initiate anything to reset your password, or even if you did, just make sure that you know all of your password information beforehand. Like, don't get into a routine like you've always been in of not knowing what your passwords are. Write them down, put them in a safe place, put them on the computer somewhere in a safe place. Make sure you know when you are resetting your password so you do not fall for the okie dokie. You don't fall for the trick of resetting your password. So let's get that down pat. The next thing is they will send you a message, they will send you an email or call you on the phone and say that your bank account is locked. Now, we are living in a time where, of course, we can lock our debit cards, we can lock our credit cards, even. We can shut things down, we can freeze it, we can stop it from moving, from having access, right? Well, even though we have that ability, what you need to be aware of is that if you are locking your cards on a regular basis, don't fall for the okie dokie of someone sending you a message saying that your bank account is locked and you need to unlock it. Especially as it relates to when you get ready to make the purchase, you need to be aware of the place that you are buying from is a legitimate facility. It's a legitimate organization. And you can go and check that out online. You can go and check that out. Look them up. Find out if this is a legitimate company. There are so many resources that we have out here to verify the companies that we are buying from. And at best, I would say if you can go in person, then you are pretty much sure that that is a legitimate company that you're buying from. So make sure that you know that the people that you are using your debit or credit cards with when you're making the purchase during the holiday season, that you are responsible for locking and unlocking your card. But don't just unlock your cards because somebody sends you a message saying that the card didn't go through or the card is locked or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, because usually that is a scam. That's a scam, and we want to stay away from that. All right, the next thing that we want to be aware of, that I was saying before the whole system just went down, is that we need to make sure that our credit cards, when we are online and we are shopping through browsers, right? So we're using Google Chrome, we are using Safari, we're using Edge, we're using Bing, we're using all of the different browsers in order to search for the companies, like going to Amazon or wherever you are shopping from. Whatever company you're going to, you're using a browser. So each time you use a browser, that's absolutely fine to verify because that's how we get online to do what we need to do. But what is not okay is the fact that we keep saving our debit and credit cards on that same browser that we could be being scammed on. That's right. So the browser that you're using could not be as safe and secure. So it will be better for you to use Google Pay or Apple Pay if you have those options to be able to make your purchase instead of you using the saved debit or credit card on the browser that you are using to access the actual prize or the present or whatever it is that you are ordering. You don't want to use the same browser that you have saved your debit or credit card on. No, 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 no. You don't want to do that. So let's get into the habit that even if we have our card saved, just check, by pulling out your card or using Apple Pay or Google Pay to make the purchase instead of using the actual debit or credit card and the same browser that you're using to make the purchase of your gift. That's right. Don't do it. Don't do it. Even if it's not a gift, even if it's an order of some kind, because like I said, we have events, we have programs, we have different things that are happening. And we want to make sure that we are not just giving away the bank initially. So let's stop using our debit or credit card that we've saved on the browser of Google Chrome, Safari, Edge, Bing, or whoever we're using when we are pulling up on the internet the services that we want to make a purchase for or the products. Let's stop doing that and use just the Apple Pay or the Google Pay. All right? Now, here's another thing that we need to be aware of for the holiday scam artists. We need to be aware of that when we are sending money to a person or a organization, that it should only be that we are using Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App to a close family member. Okay, we want to use it to a close family member because what happens with the scam artists is a lot of people decide that, hey, I'm going to use my Cash App to go ahead and make this purchase. I'm going to use my Zelle account, which is directly connected to your bank. Now, that's one of the worst things that you can do if you're trying to send somebody some money, especially like a family member or friend that everybody's doing their secret Santas or everybody's doing like a big what is it where we all get together and pull names out of the hat of who we're going to get a present for. Okay, whatever we're doing, we got to be conscious that we don't just want to start sending money to people. Why? Because a lot of times what happens is when we get ready to send money through Cash App, through Zelle, through Venmo, or even PayPal, what tends to happen is even if we have regularly sent people the money, we tend to sometimes make a mistake And if we are trying to send the money and not necessarily request the money, then we could possibly just by one letter or one number mistakenly put the wrong information on the system. And if we put the wrong information in there and we send it off through Cash App, Zelle, Venmo, or PayPal, then we can't get the money back, y'all. So we gotta be aware not to send anybody any money unless it is a immediate close family member, unless it's somebody that we know, so that we will not just be throwing money to the strangers, throwing money to someone even that we work with that we're just not accustomed to sending money to on a regular basis. It's so many times, I won't say a whole lot of times, but there has been times where I accidentally press the wrong name in my contact list to send a cash app. And once the money is gone, it's gone. And I've had people all the time send me a message saying, hey, I sent this money to you by mistake. This is the season that the scam artists are trying intentionally to get you to put in the wrong name. So you may get a Cash App request for money, a Zelle, a Venmo request, or a PayPal request to send money to someone that sounds similar to your immediate family member or your friend or a coworker or somebody that you know. But do not send the money, because that is a way for you to get scammed. And once the money is gone, it's gone. And so we want to make sure that during this holiday season, we are not so distracted that we would just automatically just press the button send without really paying attention to who's in the two contact lists. Who are you sending the money to? What is the actual contact name? And verifying that over and over and over again, not to just be clicking the button because you're in a hurry. Now, let me also say one of the major secrets to a scam artist and being able to scam so many people during a holiday season is this: we're in a hurry, we're in a rush. We are stressed out. We are distracted. We don't have the understanding that we just need to slow down. Just slow down. If you slow down, then you'll have the ability to be able to really think about what you're doing. And once you think about what you're doing and you look down at all of the things that you are supposed to be paying attention to anyway, like those messages, those phone calls, those texts, those emails, listen, then you will be able to prevent getting scammed during the holiday season. Because, see, if you're not paying attention, if you're not slowing down, if you're so distracted, the kids over here, your husband, your wife, if everybody is like, oh, la, 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 you can see a little bit, even when I'm doing this with my hand, you can see a little bit, but you cannot fully see face forward. You cannot really stop and pay attention that well when you are distracted. So let's stop being distracted. Let's slow down, let's pause, let's stop, and let's listen and think about what it is that is being said to us, as well as what it is that we need to actually take an action on. We cannot continue to do this, y'all. Now, here's another one. And I really want you to bring your ear a little bit closer so that you can hear this clearly. As far as the holiday scam artists, one of the ways that businesses scam you with different products or services is that you are not looking at in the address line of the browser. When you type in the actual organization name, does it have HTTPS? Does it say HTTPS semicolon backslash or forward slash and then the name of the company? If it doesn't have that in there, then what's going to happen is that site, that website that you are purchasing from, is not a secure site. It's not a secure site if it does not say HTTPS, then the semicolon, and the forward slash, and then the company name. Okay, so whenever you are typing in a organization name, even if you're just typing in the company name, if you go to the address line of the website of where you are shopping from, it should say at the very beginning of the address where you are shopping from, it should say HTTPS. And it should have a little lock symbol in addition to the line of the address. It should say at the end of the line a little lock box. It looks like exactly like a lock, a lock, a lock, to make sure that it is secure. So that's the reason why you don't want to just be out here in this holiday time and just going to random websites and buying stuff from, because maybe it's cheaper. Maybe they got a deal. Maybe they got this, they got that going on. Don't fall for the scam artists, because this is how they take your money. This is how they steal from you every single day, every single year from the holidays, during the holiday season. So you got to secure the website address by making sure there's a lock symbol at the end of the address line, as well as the HTTPS at the beginning of the address line of wherever you are shopping from. All right. Next, we are looking at when you get ready to make the payment, you want to also make a payment, if you can, with a virtual card. Don't use the regular debit or credit card that you're making purchases with. As I said earlier, use Apple Pay or Google Pay. But don't use your regular debit or credit card when you make the purchase of the present or whatever it is that you're buying. Make sure that you are using a virtual card, and a virtual card that you can also lock, a virtual card that is not necessarily directly related or connected to your main bank account. So if you don't have multiple bank accounts like myself, then you might want to open up another bank account. And if you can't open up another bank account, you still want to just go and see if it's possible to get a prepaid card or some other kind of card, so that you can make all your purchases for the holiday season from that particular prepaid card or a virtual card. You don't want to just go in it and just use everything that you got that is connected directly to your bank. And listen, don't just buy into someone telling you this is what they need from you. Go and do the research and make sure it's all legit. Make sure it's all secure. And then when we look at also these text messages that come from FedEx and UPS and Amazon, these are the number three places that we are shopping from or through. And these are the people that are delivering our packages. So we have to make sure that UPS, FedEx, and Amazon are sending us the correct information directly. So that's why I said earlier, know your tracking number. Find out when you make the purchase exactly what it is that you need in order to track your package. Okay, get the tracking number so that way when they send the fake text message, email, or they call you on the phone talking about your package has been delayed, that you already got your details. You don't want to just sit there and be like, oh, well, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give them my new card information because the package is delayed, or I'm going to give them my address so that they can come to your house when your actual package is delivered legally, and then they steal your stuff. Or, like I said, don't be at work talking about all the stuff that you're doing, because people are listening. And I'm telling you, I had a situation where I was talking with someone and they overheard the conversation, and then the next thing you know, someone was trying to break into my mother's house. They was trying to break into her house, and I was like, what the world? But I was talking about my mother's house, and I was like, yeah, da 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 da. And then the next thing you know, someone's trying to break in. So We got to be mindful of what we're saying when we are having these conversations at work, when we're having these conversations with our family members and friends. Do we have neighbors that can hear us? Do we have other people that are around us in a store that is listening to our phone conversations? Do we have people that are looking over our shoulder if we are somewhere where someone can actually see a text message? Listen, look around, be conscious of what's going on around you. Where are the cameras? Where are the people? Where are the ears where people can listen? What is happening? Be conscious of what is happening around you every single time. Also, I want to emphasize with your emails and your text messaging, if you have emails, text codes, authenticators, biometrics, make sure that you have those things in place. What am I talking about? You know, the two-step authentication on a lot of your bank accounts that you can have. Go ahead and set that up. This is the season where the scam artists are going to try to get into your bank accounts. So the more security you have, the better. Secondly, the text codes. If you have a text code where they can send you multiple text messages in case that someone tries to go into your bank account, in case someone tries to go and access some of your credit lines, then make sure that you have that set up where the text messages are coming to your phone, to your particular number. And also, if you have the ability, set up biometrics. What is biometrics? I did a show about that months ago, but you can always go back and watch it or listen to it on the podcast at Kingdom Builders Credit Repair. So, with the biometrics, that's your facial recognition, it's your voice recognition, it is your eye recognition, it is your fingerprint recognition. So, if you can set up any of the biometrics, that's going to give you an additional security on your whole financial portfolio. I promise you, it is worth it. Even though it may seem like a headache, I promise you it's worth it at the end because everybody cannot duplicate that. It really takes a really, I would say, really smart scam artist to override the facial recognition, the voice, the fingerprint, and the eye retina. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so when we look at all of these different things, we just want to make sure that we are totally secure. We are totally secure in this whole holiday time. We want to enjoy our time. We don't want to have people come in and steal our identity. We don't want to have people come in and increase credit lines or add things to our credit. Another thing that you may want to be mindful of is that when you are trying to secure the things that are on your credit, one of the companies that I highly recommend is called LifeLock to make sure that they catch the scam artist before anything even happens. That's right. They catch the scam artist before when they actually try to apply for a house, a car, or a credit card or a department store card. If they're trying to apply for anything to get credit in your name, it will literally send a message to you asking you if you approved of this application, if you approved of this line of credit. So if you go to LifeLock, it usually runs between like 12 $14 to like $24 on average. You can sign up for LifeLock, and that way in real time it will prevent the actual transaction from moving forward with a scam artist. If it's not you, it will send you the alert, and all you have to do is say yes or no, that's not me, and then it stops the whole transaction. So we gotta be smart in this holiday season. We have to be sure that we understand that, hey, it's not anybody else's responsibility, that we are conscious, we are stopping, slowing down, taking time to pause, and to be able to understand that this is our finances. This is our credit. And if we don't protect ourselves in the holiday season by being distracted, by going too fast, by ignoring the things that we need to be paying attention to, writing down tracking numbers, writing down the process, who we are really supposed to talk to, who are we really supposed to be dealing with, who is the one that is leading the show in this event. All these kind of things that we need to be paying attention to. If we decide that we're not going to stop, then the holiday scam artists are definitely gonna eat you alive. So I don't want you to be ate alive. I want you to definitely be the kind of individual where you are doing what you're supposed to do. And if you need any help with your credit, if someone has already gotten you, they've already scammed you, go to www.kingdombuilderscreditrepair.com right now and get into our credit repair program so we can help you with making sure that you don't have to continue to deal with having a low credit score or having anyone scam you in the future. Okay, so that's all we have for today. Yay! We are so excited. Thank you for watching. We are super excited and grateful that you have been here. And we just want to say, listen, make sure that you are subscribed. Tune in every Friday, normally every Friday at 12:30 to 1, and listen for all of these amazing credit and financial tips that you don't want to miss anytime ever, because we are always giving you the cream of the crop. We're giving you the top of the line. We're telling you the secrets that other people aren't going to share. So make sure you get in our program. If you're already in our program, we're so thankful that you are here. Thank you for being a KBCR family member. And if you are not in the program, go ahead to the website now. Get in where you can. And especially now while we still have a discounted rate on our services and our products. All right, until next week, we'll see you then. Take care, everybody.